What's going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dillon, and it turns out I'm making another video because there is some breaking news out right now. Multiple sources are reporting on this. It looked like first Yahoo Sports and then Bleacher Report and some others. Let's see. Saints player tests positive for COVID-19, continuing NFL's pandemic headache. The coronavirus has found its way to yet another NFL team, so this is number 4 now. So 28 teams are now unaffected to this point, while 4 teams are affected through the first 4 weeks of the season. A player in the New Orleans Saints has tested positive for COVID-19, according to Pro Football Talk. The player was reportedly on the Saints team flight, and those who were in contact with him are currently receiving their own tests. So everybody, if they were on a plane together, it's likely that the entire fucking team has it. Anyway, Fox Sports' Jay Glazer later reported the same thing. The Saints are currently scheduled to play the Detroit Lions on the road on Sunday, but a positive coronavirus test, whatever, could force one more scheduling tweak for a league that is facing the realities of playing a season during a pandemic this week. COVID-19 reaches the 4th NFL locker room this week. For a while, it looked like the NFL was, against all odds, pulling it off. I mean, it's just silly to think that it was going to maintain that way. It was only a matter of time. As I've been saying this entire time, the league reached the end of week 3 with no known coronavirus infections during the season among the hundreds of players on its 32 teams. And then week 4 began. First, the Tennessee Titans and Minnesota Vikings had to shut down their facilities after several members of the Titans tested positive following their week 3 game. And they continue to have more tests every day, as we know. 16 members of the Titans in total have tested positive, though the Vikings appear to have avoided the infection. The Titans game against the Pittsburgh Steelers in week 4 was eventually postponed to week 7. Days later, positive tests on both the New England Patriots and Kansas City Chiefs, including Patriots quarterback Cam Newton, forced the NFL to delay another game to at least Monday or Tuesday. No other Patriots players have reportedly tested positive, so that game might at least avoid a multi-week delay. Whatever the NFL does to handle this week's Saints-Lions game, it will be the 3rd time this week it has had to rush into action following a coronavirus infection. And there's absolutely no guarantee that this is going to be the final COVID-19 episode of a season that is suddenly looking quite long. Suddenly, though, I don't know why. Again, I can't imagine, unless I mean, I understand there are reasons. Either people are stupid, or they're choosing to ignore the reality, or, you know, they just want to, just hope, and, you know, people get mad at me for being negative, but, you know, people just want to be like, oh, optimism all day long, even though it's not realistic, and then they just get all super fucking disappointed. I mean, look, it's not, there's absolutely nothing about it that is surprising. I mean, the NFL even said they expect this to happen, okay? And they literally have told us the entire time that they just don't care. They expect it to happen, they just don't care. At some point, they're going to care because it's going to shut the season down. I've said it, it is playing out, and now this is team number 4. And this one, I mean, the Titans already have a full outbreak, right? The New England Patriots might have avoided a full outbreak and possibly have gotten Cam Newton, you know, isolated in time. That's still up in the air because, you know, it can take days to get positives back because of the incubation period and so on and so forth. So we still have to monitor that over the next few days. I mean, if they didn't get any though, and you know, and anyway, whatever. I don't want to speculate too much, but and then, you know, the Chiefs, I mean, we don't really know what the situation is there. You know, maybe they did, maybe they don't. But the Saints, I mean, if the dude was on the fucking plane and they were all on the plane together, it's almost a guarantee that, like, I mean, maybe not everybody, but I guarantee you that, like, half the fucking team has it. I mean, it's unimaginable that they don't. It's an enclosed environment with circulated air, recirculated air. They're literally, like, you know, people will make jokes about, you know, being in planes that, you know, it's like breathing other people's farts. Why? Because it's recirculated air. So if people fart, yes, you're literally breathing in their fucking farts. I mean, you know, it's whatever, you get it. So, I mean, that's, that's a disaster waiting to happen. I mean, that one, I would expect there to be more positive tests. I can't imagine that there wouldn't be. If they somehow manage to fly their team to the location, and I said before the season, this of course was going to be an issue, and it doesn't matter if they just restrict everybody to the team flight or the team bus. That could prove to be a massive disaster and actually fuck everything even more, especially when it comes to the planes, because then it takes the virus and puts it into an enclosed environment with a bunch of fucking people. So, I mean, it's almost unimaginable that the Saints are not going to have a full-on fucking outbreak amongst their team. I mean, the Lions are going to be lucky that they found this fucking ahead of time, because if it got to the game, then likely the Lions then would get have a pretty substantial outbreak as well. So, I mean, it's, dude, I don't know why. I mean, I do know the reasons. It's just a figure of speech, of course, but I don't know why, like, you know, people just can't fucking listen, you know? Like, I don't know why, like, people just gotta fucking hate the truth so goddamn much. Like, I know it sucks, but that's in part because people ignore it so fucking much. If you didn't ignore it and you actually cared to fucking do something about it, then it wouldn't suck anymore. And then it wouldn't be so negative, etc., etc. Anyway, whatever. Like, it's just, it's craziness. Anyway, that's the breaking news. It looks like the Saints are probably going to have a fucking outbreak amongst their entire team. Unquestionably, they're going to have to, you know, postpone the game. They're not going to be able to play. It's unimaginable that they would play the game, because at the very least, every single person on that plane should be. I don't know that this is the case, and the way that report was written, it kind of doesn't seem like it's the case, but every single person on that plane should be considered having come into contact with that player, even if they never came within 6 feet of him. Anyway, it's a mess. It's a giant mess. That's the breaking news. I wanted to get it to you guys, because I'm telling you, man, you know, people can hate. Like, I've lost a couple, you know, I've gotten some new subscribers, and then I lose subscribers because people can't handle the reality and they can't handle the truth. But look, man, if people just listen to begin with, then I wouldn't have to be proven right because disaster strikes, and then we wouldn't have to go through this whole fucking mess, blah, 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 whatever. But people never fucking listen, and they got to learn the fucking hard way. So here we are, and now a fourth team has it and is likely going to have a substantial outbreak. So obviously we're going to keep monitoring these things over the next few days. Tomorrow we do still have a game, and look, it's a matter of time. 4 out of 32 of the teams now have it. So you know, or at least are affected by it, and it's unimaginable, again, yet you know, unimaginable that it's not going to reach the rest of the NFL in some way, shape, or form, right? So, you know, there might be half of the teams that never actually have an outbreak, but because half the teams end up having an outbreak, the season has to get canceled, right? So, you get it. Anyway, I'm going to get up out of here. I hope you guys appreciate my perspective, and if you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Share my channel and videos with your friends and family. Leave your comments, questions, and concerns down in the comments section. And of course, as always, follow me on Twitter at Dillon Tartaro. And with that, I am out. I'll see y'all soon. Fins up.